Welcome to SortaOkay Reviews, where every fan is welcome. I'm Nathan Bedard.
I'm Brad Newton.
And of course, it's that time again for our My Hero review.
Yep, this week's episode was a little bit on the lighter side. It wasn't... We're coming off that whole action-packed All For One versus All Might. So this was a good, return, just everything's okay again.
Yep,
episode.
And I knew this was coming. I think the season's gonna dip a little bit. The second season had the slow start, kind of they had their up moments, but then the last part of it really shot up.
I like the competition thing.
I did too, but the stain part at the second half was just really great. Where this part, I think it's gonna flip flop. I think the first half was insane, and the second half we're gonna get a little chill. It's gonna chill it out a little bit.
Yeah, because this is, about a group of students. So we're back to school, and as we saw last week, they have the new dorm system. So now we started off this week with the recap from last week, where All Might was talking to Midoriya's mom, and we get the whole scene again of him begging and saying, "I'm going to devote my life to Midoriya."
Yeah. And
then it was a nice little scene where All Might talks to Midoriya, saying, "You got a good mom. She reminds me a lot of my teacher." And then he's like, what reminds you of her? It's the hair. That was his response, was the hair.
Yeah. Well,
I think it meant more than that, but I thought that was a funny little joke.
Yeah, and then we get to a really nice part. I think we both agreed it was one of our favorite parts. They're all coming back to the school. We get the cool music. They're like, we're not scared. We're about to. Then Midoriya's kind of explaining it, they're about to start a new chapter because they're about to live on the dorms.
Yeah.
And I think he states that they built it. They actually built their dorms, which is pretty quick.
Well, the school did. I don't think they did, but the school built
No. I meant
the
school built it, which is pretty quick. But we get Mr. Aizawa, and he's just like, all right. He's like, great to have you here, yada, 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 glad we got everyone. But he's like, just so you know, if it wasn't for All Might's retiring, besides Bakugo, Tetsu, and
I can't remember. So the people that were injured, the people that were knocked out, were
the
there
people
for the conversation.
If besides them,
everyone would have been expelled.
Everybody would have been expelled. They broke a rule. They even if they didn't go to it, they knew about it and they didn't stop it. Yeah. And even though it wasn't a heroic act, it's they don't have their license. They're not heroes. In a sense, they're breaking the law. And I because it makes it real. It makes it, there's consequences. This isn't just go out and do whatever you want. They're trying to be heroes.
But yeah,
it's really cool.
I know. I like how he says it wasn't for All Might, but if it wasn't for a student being kidnapped too, I think that was a special circumstance too, that they want to get their friend back.
Plus, Mr. Aizawa has a thing for just trying to scare them.
Yeah, that's his mentality. And then so we move into the dorms. Everyone's set up their dorms now, and then the main premise of this episode is the girls come out.
Oh, actually, also, sorry, real quick, it was kind of funny that Bakugo saw that everyone was kind of distressed, and he just takes
Denki.
He takes Denki, and he just brings him and Kirishima behind the bush. One punches Deki, makes him shoot off electricity, and that makes them all woozy and crazy, and that makes everyone laugh. And then Kirishima, I think he's like, "Here, take the money."
They used for the night scope, the night vision goggle thing that he had.
Yeah, well, he wanted to pay him back because he wanted to feel like he didn't have to,
So he just robbed the other student.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty funny Bakugo moment. And then I think Jiro was just sitting there laughing the whole time because he got robbed.
Yeah.
But anyway, now we go into the dorms, and like I said, the main premise is they're going to have a dorm competition. They wanted to see who has the best dorm. So they're gonna vote on it. So we take the UA house tour is what we get.
Yeah, we get MTV or UA cribs here.
Yeah.
This is fun. I enjoyed reading it. I thought it was funny. It was fun.
It was a fun episode. So we're just gonna go through the characters here, and we're gonna see talk about each of their rooms. This was more or less a gag episode. But let's go ahead.
Let's just start off with Deku actually first though.
They did go to his room first.
Deku's was pretty hilarious because. He's all about All Might, and you go into his room, and they have he has statues, posters, every little thing. It's all All Might. It was just funny.
And then he was a bit embarrassed.
He's like, I just look up to him.
All right, so let's just go through them. Aoyama's room was just like everything was like pretty much bedazzled.
He bedazzled the crap out of everything. It was very shiny. It was very like.
Then everyone's like, that's what I would expect from him.
Everyone's like, yep, saw that coming. And
Ashido, I don't remember. Oh yeah, Ashido's room was just very pink. It was like pink and black.
Well, it kind of had her like the wavy, her design and her costume, kind of that to it, the acid alien type thing.
Yeah,
it had that.
And then Sue, we didn't get to see. She said she wasn't feeling well, so we skipped hers. Ida's got bookshelves everywhere and books just everywhere. Books.
Study, well kept room, just pretty much what you would expect.
Yeah. And then Uraraka's was pretty plain. She had a pretty plain room. Didn't really add a whole lot to hers. So that's the same with Ojiro, the tail guy.
His was really, he had just. I think she had still some lamps and stuff like that. He had just the basic dorm.
Yeah. And then Kiminari had yellow and black, his kind of character.
It was kind of like the punk rock dude, kind of room.
And then Kirishima. He had the tough guy room.
Yeah, he's like it might not look like your average room, and it was like this is a manly room, and had a punching bag, workout, all that stuff. It was fun.
And the girls made the comments it's the type of room you'd want a boyfriend to have, right?
Yeah, or no, a man.
Like a man, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Coda. Coda had a pet bunny. I thought that was cool too, but that's cheating. You have an animal.
I don't know. Pets. I guess you can have pets on campus.
No. I'm cheating for the competition. Oh, everyone was gonna vote for him because he had the bunny.
Yeah.
In the room. And then Sato, he had a relatively basic room, but he had a lot of cooking stuff around. Yeah. And he made everyone a cake.
Well, I think he says he's trying new things to test out his powers.
So he's made cooking a hobby.
He's made cooking a hobby, and it kind of also is kind of cheating too, because the girls love the cake that he made.
Yeah, and we'll get back to that at the end. And then Shoji had the plainest room. He had a sleeping bag, pretty much.
That was it.
Yeah, and he's like I don't care about possessions. He's like, I've never been into owning anything. And Jiro had the punk rock room. She had all the music, instruments.
Yeah. And they even said this is not what a girl's room should look like.
And then she zapped them.
Yeah, she just stuck her earbuds into them.
Yeah. And then Sero, I can't remember Sero's room. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Oh, it was Asian theme. It was an Asia theme room.
That Todoroki had that too, I guess. But...
No, Todoroki had a Japanese style.
Okay. And then Tokoyami had a very dark room with the purple lights.
Yeah, if Hot Topic and Darkness was a room, it would be his.
Yeah. And again, Todoroki had a very Japanese style.
Kind of like his house, if I remember correctly.
And then they said, "How do you remodel it so fast?" I worked hard.
He's like, "I worked hard." They're like, "Oh."
It was really quick. And then the invisible, I don't know how to pronounce her name,
Toru,
okay, yeah. Toru, she had the girliest room. It was very pink.
Very pink. Yeah. Very, and it gives you subtle hints on what her character probably looks like.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she was just very pink, very girly-ish, if you will say. Room. Bakugo we didn't see. I assume Bakugo has pretty plain room too. He was just asleep in his room. We saw.
Yeah.
We did Midoriya, and then we didn't see Mineta's either.
But Mineta,
he poked his head out of the door.
He's like, come over here. It was so menacing. He's just like, come over here.
Darkness was emanating.
And this episode was just kind of really taking a lot from him too, because he's like, we're gonna be in a dorm with girls. He's like, the bathrooms are shit. He was just going nuts.
And Mr. Aizawa looks at him. He's like, okay, he looked petrified, Mr. Aizawa.
Yeah, and then my favorite part of the episode was when he was like, I think they were in Toro's room actually, and he's like, they're in there. He was looking at her panty drawer, and he's like, and he goes up to her, and he's like, plus ultra. It was so funny. I love Mineta. Mineta is the best.
No, Mineta's the worst. The worst thing pervy.
He is the best.
And then lastly we had Yaoyorozu's room, and then she had way too much stuff.
Yeah, she made the comment that because she has a mansion, so
she's rich,
her bed took up the whole room.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
like, I didn't know it'd be so small.
That was a funny thing too. Ochika, when Uraraka, when she came in, she's like, it's not like a mansion. She would just faint every time because like she comes from kind of like a poor family.
Yeah. So it's, you see like the subtle hints of where.
Oh yeah, and Ida was just like, Ochika, he's just Ochika.
Yeah, Ida had a lot of funny character moments too. Like he was saying,
it was a funny episode.
Yeah, Ida, of his shtick of like going super hard and intense and anything. When at the end, Todoroki, he told Todoroki, he's like, I'm going to sleep. He's like, brush your teeth, make sure we had cake. He's like,
we had cake, make sure you brush your teeth. I think he even does that.
And he does like the motion really quick. But anyway, we get to the end. We've seen all the rooms now, and they vote, and they say, to keep it fair, don't vote for yourself. So we get to the end, and then the person who wins has 5 votes, and that was Sato. And the reason Sato won is because he bribed people with cake.
Yeah, he secretly was able to bribe him with cake.
Like, all the girls ate the cake were like, it was so delicious, we had to vote for him.
And, it was fun, and then we get to a little bit of a feel moment at the end of the episode.
And then Uraraka tells, the squad, the Midoriya squad that went to go save Bakugo, she tells them, the 5 of them, she's like, come out here for a second. And they do, and then Sue's waiting out there for him.
Yeah, and she's basically like, hey, they basically, what you guys did was basically what villains do, and when I think about that, it makes me so sad.
She's like, I thought I convinced you. Like, I explained to you beforehand that something the villains would do, so I thought I convinced you not to do it, but you went ahead and did it anyway.
Yeah, and like it makes her feel like she doesn't matter, and like what she couldn't help any of them, and she did absolutely nothing, and she just felt really low about it. And it was
kind of an emotional scene, but it was nothing compared to the episodes before.
Yeah,
we're just coming off the All Might thing.
The best thing I could say is like when you saw Midoriya's face, because he's like, oh crap, like like he understands.
And then they all apologize to her, and then they hug, and it's nice. This was a very, like, character-building episode. To see more, like, in line with each of the characters.
Well, yeah, we gotta get back to the characters, because we were pretty much focused on All Might.
We're back to the school now, we're back to the classrooms, and, what, did they mention what's coming next? I don't remember. I think we're just back to they're gonna learn to get their provisional license now, is what Mr. Aizawa said. Yep. So I think that's probably going to happen soon, next weekish. Yeah,
there's a key visual on Anime News Network if you want to check it out for the provisional license. But yeah, that was the end of the episode. Nothing like too crazy. Like I said, I think it's not like it's going to die completely, but I think we're going to hit a mellow point right now for the anime. But we're still going to review it every week. We still love the series. It's doing great things, but we're glad you came and watched our video. And
as always, hit that subscribe button. I'll pop up right there, and check out last week's review right here.